G'day guys and welcome to this business management lesson. In today's lesson we're looking at key knowledge points 331 and 332. That is Unit 3, Area of Study 3 and the first and second key knowledge points for this area of study. Today specifically we're looking at the relationship between operations management and business objectives and the key elements of every operations system. Now we'll begin by looking at what operations management is. Well, fundamentally, operations management is managing the creation or the production of whatever it is that you sell to a customer. In a service-based firm or business, that will be the management of the delivery of the service, whether that be cleaning property or giving a haircut, giving a massage, servicing someone's vehicle. If your business sells a service, operations management will include making sure that you have all the resources and staff, the time that you need to be able to deliver that service to the customer's expectations. And for production businesses or manufacturing businesses that produce tangible goods that are actually bought and taken away by a customer, your operations management will involve making sure that you have adequate staffing and all of the resources and all of the time and the space necessary to produce those products, once again, to the standards expected by the customer. One example that we can look at is for pizza. To make a pizza, you're going to need ingredients. You'll need dough. If you're making the dough from scratch, you'll need flour and water. If you're having different toppings on your pizza, you might need sausages, you might need cheese, you might need onion, you might need anchovies, whatever you're into. Certainly, if you're trying something new or something that you're not already quite expert and familiar with, you might need a recipe, so you'll need the intelligence and the understanding of someone else who's come before you. You'll likely need equipment, such as an oven tray and an oven, and you'll need the skills to be able to prepare this pizza, from rolling out the dough to slicing the sausage or the salami or the pepperoni and arranging the materials on your pizza base, then putting it in the oven, retrieving it from the oven, cutting up the pizza. These are all skills that are required. The production of a pizza in and of itself isn't necessarily a simple task. Now, when we're talking about operations management for business, we're talking about the management of all of the factors that influence your operations system. This includes things like the efficient management of time, the efficient management of your resources, quality control methods, and waste management and strategies to minimize the amount of waste you produce. These four topics specifically are addressed by key knowledge points in this area of study, and we'll elaborate on these as we go. Certainly, it's worth noting that operations managers have an influence over the quality, cost, and the availability of your business's goods or services. An operations manager will be held responsible for ensuring there is adequate supply from your business to meet your customers' demand. And therefore, operations management has a direct impact on the achievement of overarching business objectives like to make a profit or to increase market share. Now, the second key knowledge point we're looking at today has us look at the key elements of an operations system. And every business has the same three key elements of their operations system: inputs, processes, and outputs. Inputs are the resources that you require to be able to do whatever it is that you're going to sell to your customers. So you'll need raw materials, you'll need your human resources, you'll need labor, people with knowledge, skills, and experience. You might need access to certain technologies. You might need capital resources. You might need funds to pursue the creation of some sort of product or the implementation of some sort of service. You might need access to utilities such as water, gas, and electricity. You might need access to information or knowledge or research or intel, and you'll absolutely need access to time. In any business, considering those inputs is going to be very important. Now, if we were looking at a more specific example of a business, we could get more specific about what inputs are required. But for now, let's stay vague, let's stay broad. Inputs can come from a range of different categories, and every business will need to consider those. Now, the second key element of an operation system is the processes. The processes are whatever happens to take those inputs and turn them into whatever it is that you sell a customer. It should be pretty easy to guess then that outputs is what it is that you sell a customer. For a manufacturing business, this is pretty obvious. If we're talking about a shoe manufacturing business like Nike, the inputs might include leather and laces and dyes and rubber and soles. The processes would be all of the systems involved in assembling the shoes, putting them in boxes and shipping them out to stores. And the outputs would be shoes, brand new shoes in boxes ready to be sold to the customer. For a service-based business, it's a little bit more complicated. The processes includes delivering the service, because what you're selling a customer isn't that you're going to start the service, it's that you're going to finish the service. Take, for example, a hairdressing salon. One of the inputs that you'll need to be able to give someone a haircut is a customer who wants a haircut. The processes would include giving that customer a haircut, and what you're selling that customer is a fresh new haircut. So you have to have done the haircut to have reached the point where you have satisfied the customer's need and given them what they've purchased. So it's the delivered service or the final product ready for sale when we're talking about outputs of an operations system. In summary, for these two key knowledge points, efficient and effective management of operations will increase a business's ability to achieve its objectives, specifically through the increased quality of outputs, increased competitiveness based on the quality of those outputs, and lower costs due to more efficient manufacturing. These are just 3 ways that operations management can specifically contribute towards the achievement of business objectives. And in summary, all operation systems have 3 key elements. Those are inputs, processes, and outputs. If you're clear on the differences between inputs, processes, and outputs, you're more or less ready to address these key knowledge points in any question that's thrown your way. That's all for today. See you next time.